This is an unboxing video of the ATN Excite 4K Pro 5x20 scope. In fact, it's really more like a mini phone or a computer, more of an electronic item than a scope, even though this new design makes it look much more like a scope. And as such, has a lot of really interesting functionality baked into the device, and the device uses different optics than we're used to in long-range shooting. One other thing I should point out before we start is it says 4K, but it really only records in 1080p, which is a little confusing. So 1080 is still high definition, and it's great that it can record on board compared to other scopes when you want to record how you're shooting. So one of the biggest benefits of this device is that it is all-encompassing, so you can record video when you're out on the range or if you're out hunting super easily. If we just turn it over here, we can see it's got an absolute ton of different types of features, and because it's electronic, it can do all sorts of pretty clever things, like it can activate video based on recoil, and it can do some ballistics work within the scope itself. And it can also do some streaming and other sort of modern social media stuff. So that if that appeals to you, then this is going to be something worth thinking about. I think a lot of people think of ATN scopes as well for some of the work that they do if they're doing night type vision. This is sort of a low cost, relatively speaking, night setup as well. So let's just do a quick look inside. We can see here that we've got quite a few bits and pieces included. We've got a scope cover, which is probably going to be important for this type of scope. See, it's a pretty big scope. Comes with all things you'd expect. So manuals. It comes with an IR light, which you're going to need for any of your night work. Comes with some mounts here because it is a specific type of shape. Comes with some additional accessories, obviously shades and what have you, and all the usual good stuff relating to cleaning, batteries, and what you need really to get the thing set up. The best way to think of this, I think, as I said, is almost like a mobile device of some description, because it has firmware in it. It has ports for plugging things in. It's more like a digital camera, really, with a scope attached to it. It's obviously a little more bulky than some regular scopes, and so I think you just have to have your focus orientated around this type of device if it's something that interests you, because it's so different to a regular scope. As a matter of interest, here is a regular scope, which has obviously got a smaller lens, but it just gives you a flavor for the differences. Clearly a different form factor. This is just a quick unboxing video to show you a little bit of the details of the scope. And you can see it's got a lot of different ports, and we would have to sort of get it set up a little like you do with a camera or phone to use it. Is it perfect for long range shooting? Probably more medium range than long range, just because of the way the optics work. But this is an interesting opportunity for you to look at a different type of scope. Before we finish, let's give it away. So it weighs 2 pounds, 4.5 ounces. So you can compare that to other scopes you might be considering putting onto your rifle system. Feels like this would be much more suited to a night vision, hunting, more bench orientated than lugging up and down mountains. And that's probably very much its sweet spot as well, I imagine, as a use case. So that's the ATN 4K scope.